genius, he's the one to see on VP4TV. He's wild and he's free. I'm on top, number you and me. With his cunning moves, he's rocking endlessly. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, legend from the chill. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works for the skill. In the pool, legend from the chill. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. From the quarterback to the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just for fortune or luck, but skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man we all shout proper. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. To the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just for fortune or luck, but skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man we all shout proper.
ATG from Kilmarnock town, got your hustle down. Streams the pool games live, makes our day come alive. Early mornings on your grind, Tesco shift unwind, but you find the time to play, stream the virtual day. OTG tactical genius, every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand.
And it's a sucker scratch. Look at the line. Commentator's eye. Don't say I didn't warn you.
OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. Virtual cue in your hand. Amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. Early riser, work all done. Streams the games just for fun. We'll cheer for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there. OTG tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
This for the 101. Absolutely sensational once again.
Virtual cue in your hand. Amazing shots you land. From your home to our screens, living out our pool dreams. there for you every match. TG, you've got the magic touch. Oh, TG, tactical genius. Every game you bring us with your skill and your flair. We're glad you're always there.
That was fantastic.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Right, good afternoon. Welcome back to VP4TV. Fast Eddie is in the lobby. He's actually in the room getting some practice in. We're here for a one-loss side match in this year's 2025 Virtual World Straight Pool Championship. Races to 150 on the one-loss side. And we are waiting on DJ Simon. Fast Eddie representing the USA, DJ Simon representing Scotland, and no sign of Simon yet. Simon, who very rarely plays VP4 nowadays, and if he shows up, he's just going to wing it. Fast Eddie's going to be looking for, well, a big improvement from his first match, the match he had against Miskin, I believe, which I think is how he ended up over on the one-loss side. And, well, since that result, Miskin's already gone home. And, well, Fast Eddie should be the favourite. He might be getting a bye if Simon doesn't show at all. We've got about 5 minutes to go. In the meantime, though, we've had a couple of matches added to the schedule. We have the Linus and Polkabouter match, which I think has been on there for a couple of days. That's going ahead on Friday Friday evening at 7 p.m. British Summer Time. But then we have Sergresh and Coldest Pillow on Saturday evening, and that's at 8 p.m. And again, that's at a time which is borderline bedtime for me, so I'm probably going to steer clear of that because that match could go on till after 10 p.m. And that's then eating into my bedtime. Again, up early Sunday morning. And the one that I thought the other day was going to be a very weird time for me because Larry, who's up against Acero, the defending champion, they are going ahead on Monday evening or Monday morning, early Monday morning at 1 a.m. British Summer Time, my time, which obviously is going to suit those two guys because of the time zone difference. 1 a.m. in the morning for Larry's probably sort of early to mid-evening for him. And for Acero, that's probably sort of early evening. Wait a minute, let me work that out. No, that's probably late morning for Acero, Japan time. So that match I certainly won't be there for, and I'm hoping very much that Slim can get a hold of it. In the meantime, we still wait for DJ Simon. We have got 4 minutes to go, and let's just have a quick
Where's
refresh.
the cue ball going?
John Virgo's here, of course. A quick refresh of where we've got to now. Just a quick update as well as to why Sergresh ended up going through. Spudboy was saying that him and Sergresh couldn't agree a time, so the coin toss came about last night at the deadline time, and unfortunately for Spudboy, Sergresh has gone through to face Coldest Pillow, and they've since, of course, arranged their match. So that's a round 3 match for Sergresh and Coldest Pillow. And the winner of that will now play MC_Clarkey in round 4. So it suddenly gets tough very quickly. And of course, Matt, from his big win last night against Albinario, had worked himself into a good lead, and Matt managed to get a decent run to sort of get himself back in it, and held off in the end for a 200 points to 167 victory. So a good win over multiple world champion Albinario. And further down, of course, we have Cobra in the bottom half of the draw. He's already through to round 4, and he's waiting on the winner of that match. We mentioned Larry and Acero, so that should also be a good tie for the next round on the winner's side. And the one-loss side, well, that match that we're covering this afternoon, we've got the Linus Polkabouter match still
Where's
to
the
come.
cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going?
John Virgo won't shut his face this afternoon. No, it's because I'm using the scroll on my mouse that's doing it. Bedhead is through, waiting to play the winner of this match this afternoon. We've got Interchange X and One Pocket Slim. They've got another 7 or 8 days to arrange their match. And then, of course, we have Albinario through on the one-loss side, waiting on the winner of Laser and Rabi. Now, Laser also got advanced last night because Aussie Mick forfeited, so they didn't get to play either. So that takes care of that. Meanwhile, back into the VP4 lobby with 2 minutes to go, there is no sign of DJ Simon. So we just wait patiently to see if he's going to show up. Now, anybody who's watched the streams in recent times will again realise that I've been having an issue with XSplit Broadcaster where it just suddenly shuts down. And so early this morning I sent a message to support. They have got back to me. I'm talking about support for XSplit Broadcaster, that is. They asked for a Microsoft report from the PC, which gives them all the system information that they need. So they're going to look into the issue, and they'll get back to me at some point. The backup support for XSplit has always been very good to me. I've never had an issue with them. They've always got back to you, and I no doubt will hear from them over the next couple of days, and we'll see what happens there. So in the meantime, this room will be going up any second. I am going to just tab out to Facebook on my phone and see if I can get hold of Simon, find out if he remembers this match is on. And because it could be a very short stream if Simon has got mixed up with times or whatever. Let's see if I can get a hold of him. I'm trying to find him on my phone. I can't find him. Where the hell's he gone to? Yeah, he's still not arrived in the lobby. Quick look again. Right, let me see this. I've got him now. So I've sent him a message, and we are now a minute into this match time. He's got 10 minutes to get into the room. In fact, no sooner have I said that than he's arrived, so let's get into the room. And we'll have the lag for the break, In fact, Fast Eddie's not in the room either. So Fast Eddie has now arrived. And we should be good to go. Now, obviously, if you look at the numbers we have on the screen next to the player's name, Simon's highest run in Virtual Pool 4 Straight Pool is 30, which again belies the fact that he doesn't play Straight Pool. That is more than clear that he doesn't play Straight Pool. However, Fast Eddie has a high run of 91, and so he certainly should be favourite. That's probably a reply from Simon that's just come through my phone. No, it isn't. Anyway. And I switched Discord on just in case Steve was going to join, but it's a bit early for him as well. And he is certainly not there, so I've just tabbed out and I will shut down Discord. Well, I'll do it in a second after the lag. So we have Fast Eddie on the right-hand side and Simon on the left. Lag for the break, race to 150. So Eddie will be looking for a big improvement here. He had an awful lot of errors in his match, which in the end was his downfall, because his opponent was never being a big scorer. He was always scoring enough in his visits, and that's what won him out in the end. So Eddie won the lag, put Simon into bat, so to speak, and off we go. And Simon just going for a conventional break. The sixth ball does pass. It's tight from that angle, and of course it's a foul break, so Fast Eddie can put him back in, because he didn't get more than, 2 balls in the cue ball to hit a rail. Something along those lines, that's the rule. And that might be another one. Yes, it's another one. He hasn't got 2 balls in the cue ball to a rail. Eddie's having a quick look around in 3D mode to see if there's a pot on, which there is a cut on the 5 ball, so he could do some damage here straight away. Simon trying to be too cute, but this time it could cost him a few points.
Where's the cue ball going?
Or Fast Eddie could end up carrying on from where he left on in his first match against Miskin. Another disastrous scratch, and Eddie's probably scratching his head thinking, here we go again. Here we go again. And what the hell Simon done here? Oh, he's okay. Right, I'll be back in a second. Just get this Discord shut down. Right, so what can Simon do? Well, first of all, he's got to get rid of the minuses. Both players now in a minus. And I don't know that that's a great angle in the 2 ball to get much out of that pack, because the 2's pretty much at the back of the pack. Yeah, that 2 ball's not great for a break ball to disturb this pack. He might catch something at the back of the pack, but probably not a lot. Which we're about to find out. Yeah.
Where's the cue ball going?
Well, like I said, the 2 ball was never sitting good. And this is now a dodgy distance for Simon to try and keep this safe, because this can very easily bring a ball into play. but he's got a feather light touch and he's nailed that one. And now you have a wee look and see if there's anything set anywhere. All of those balls are sort of lined up one way or another, but none of them are going to a pocket really. But it won't be long before something leaks out with this cluster. Got to watch that side pocket. You've got to get good length, and that's not bad. It's not bad. Always difficult from a distance to get the right edge on one of these balls, to get the, disturb them as little as you can. In fact, Fast Eddie's not even taking that risk trying to get back into the kitchen, and he's made it that bit easier for Simon. However, these two sets of balls are all nudging a ball into play, and he's played that one well as well. But this is also where, with the little nudges and the little touches, sooner or later something will be set somewhere or something's going to leak out. I don't think there's any major damage done there. But again, the escape route back up table is dodgy because of the line of those three balls. So Simon's now conceding control of the table to Eddie. Eddie can easily run into the long grass. He can feather edge the three. He won't do damage with that as long as he gets it nice and thin. And he's got to try and get it right onto that rail. Well, he's played the 10 instead. They're just a wee bit too heavy. And this is a test of your eyesight for a start, to see if you can get these thin edges. But Simon wasn't prepared to take the risk of trying to get that thin and get back up table for fear of hitting it too heavy. But he's made a mistake, and he's left Eddie a shot and a 4, which will do a bit of damage. Free ball, or the 11. However, the 10 ball looks prime for the break ball as it's sitting at the moment. Oh, that needs to bump out the way. Well, he's got a bailout. He can bail out up table. He's got to think about the next ball, because he doesn't want to be playing his 10 ball. If he's really got to nip this and hold it, which he's done, but he's missed the pot. I mean, that's a poor miss there from Eddie. I mean, these are big pockets compared to what he's normally used to playing in 9 ball. And again, contributions of 2 don't get you anywhere in this game. Well, Simon, of course, all he has to do is just try and make hay while the sun shines. Now, why he's playing the 10 ball, I do not know. I have no idea why he did that. Now he's going to try and run forward to get a bump. And he hasn't played that very well. He should have cheated the pocket and went forward with left English, and around the corner he'd have got a hit there. Yes, he can cut this to make the combo. But this is probably another reason why Simon's going to struggle to beat his high run of 30. Well, that'll be a missed call. But that's really got to be his goal. He's got to try and get to that sort of high run score in one or two contributions. And it doesn't really take all that much to get there. You've just got to get good in a couple of break balls, and he could immediately put pressure on Fast Eddie. Well, this is tricky. They try and run into the head of the pack here. But again, he's made the mistake. He's made a mistake. Well, I'm surprised Simon did. I mean, my eyes tell me he could get to that 3 and cut it. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm convinced he could get to that 3 and cut it. And I don't even. I'm doubting very much whether Simon paid much attention to that, because that cut in the 3 would have brought the cue ball into the pack there. I could be wrong. Know what? You couldn't see the 3. I think I would have spent a bit more time, considering there isn't a shot clock. I would have spent a bit more time looking at what was there, because by the time I get around and I look at that, I think you had enough of that 3 ball that you could get to it. But we'll never know that. Well, this race to 150 could take quite a long time at this rate, because Fast Eddie's heading backwards. Well, unlike snooker, where you get 2 players, pit-patting into the reds, they decide they're going to have a re-rack, but you don't have that in straight pool. Well, Fast Eddie's now back on 0. I don't know that you can get enough of the 4 ball. I don't think you can. Well, I think the onus is on Fast Eddie. Now, he didn't call anything there, which is a big mistake. If you're thinking of setting something up there like that, you should call. But also, I'm wondering why he didn't see that shot in the first place. But yeah, I think the onus is on Fast Eddie to be the aggressor here, because he's got the highest, by far the highest run in this game, and he's got to err on the fact that Simon's unlikely to put something substantial on the scoreboard if he does get a chance. So I think Fast Eddie needs to pick things up a bit and maybe be a little less cautious, but at least be decisive. Well, he got a bonus ball there, and he's got a bailout ball as well. So looking at what we have, again, nothing that's glaringly obviously going to be a break ball. You've again got this problem here. When these 2 balls are a combination, you can make them into the corner. You can use one of them as a break ball from the back of the pack. But other than that, there's not an awful lot available as it is now. And whenever you have this sort of setup, the prospects for this visit continuing are not great right now. Good afternoon to Defty. I never noticed your chat there, so I don't know what one you were talking about. Well, this could possibly create a break ball if he gets the right nudge on these three balls. He doesn't need to nudge them anyway because they all go. You've just got to get in the right side of them. And you look now from this side, I mean, they all, well, the 12 would need to go first, but you've got that combo that can be made that side. So he's going to get what he can get here, but probably not a lot more. Oh, back when Eddie didn't call it right. Welcome to Interchange X. Well, you want to keep those 145s for the tournament rather than in practice. Well, this has been there right from the start, this combo. It's going to the jaw, so a little slight overcut, not a great deal, will help the 11 in, and it's went in off the jaw anyway. Now, like I said earlier, that 12 needs to go first. I don't know whether he's got quite enough of it, though. He could cut the 7. Now he's created another problem. Well, he could give this the old heave-ho and run up and down the table and hope he gets lucky and gets some sort of collision, but he's got to get an awful lot of pace in that to do that. So now, playing the bank, got to stay there for the break shot though. He's got to think about the cue ball as well when he plays this, unless he's trying to come into the pack. Although I don't know what advantage he's going to get by doing that though. And the bank's nowhere near. So the visit is only 13. He should just slow up. Well, I don't think you want to hammer this. Caught the edge of the pack, and they've broken reasonably well, and a couple of options for him. So Simon now has a good selection of balls here to pick off. Again, not an obvious break ball. I mean, the 6 ball's right at the back of the pack. It might even end up going now, but I don't know that. I mean, the 3 ball where it's sitting is a bit too. It's actually a bit above the pack, but you know, if you got sort of there on it, you can certainly do damage off the 3 ball. It would certainly work. Now there might be a combo. Let me have a look. Not really. That 14's going too much to the jaw. Well, that 14 ball looks very much like it's interfering with the rack. So the 3 ball, well, the 7 ball is now there. I never even noticed that. It's the one that will do now for the break ball. It should be easy enough to get to if that was your last ball, you know, into the side pocket. It should be easy enough to get out into the table and get a decent angle in the 7. So I would reckon that may well be the game plan here. So now he's just got to, is this going to, I think this is just going to come straight through past the 11, but he wants to get sort of there or thereabouts so he can drop this in and just nudge out and get a good line on this 7. I mean, he can go to the rail, check the cue ball up and come out, whatever he wants to do, whatever he thinks more controllable for him. See, and he might have been better to do that because this is no good. I mean, that's probably a straight choice here, where if you're comfortable with the control of the cue ball, you play the little stun draw and get the cue ball out. And if you're not that comfortable, then you go forward and check it to the rail and come out. But you've got to be committed either way. And Simon really, Eddie wasn't really committed there. And he didn't really deliver in the shot. But anyway, he managed to pinch an angle to keep going. He might want to try and check up again and use this 5 ball to do some damage now that he's on that side of the table. I mean, if he finishes sort of there off this 8 ball, he could do a bit of damage. He could also, if he gets rid of the 5, use the 3 ball. So he has options here. But again, as far as I'm concerned, you have to be clear in your mind how, you know, where you're going prior to making this 8 ball. You must be clear. The 8 ball is a bit more angle for comfort, this 8 ball. I mean, it could be just going straight across for the 13 right now because these are a bit fiddly to hold for. Yeah. I mean, that was the right thing to do because you don't want to start messing about, checking cue balls up, trying to hold some sort of dodgy line in the 5 ball from that angle. But he's got to do something pretty quickly here. Now this needs a good stun to get a hit and get lucky. Well, he's got a hit.
Where's the cue ball going?
And would you believe it, he's done it again. This is just taking the same, because I never changed them, that's why. I forgot to change them. Do you really want me to go and start messing about changing that now? No, I don't think so. I was in a bit of a rush because I didn't notice this match was on, and so I thought, well, we'll get in and I'll get that changed, but I didn't want to mess around. What the hell's happening here? I've got the camera unset, that's what it was. Yeah, that was from last night's match, I'm afraid. But just for this afternoon, Simon is he's representing a Swedish-Scottish coalition, and Fast Eddie is doing a US-UK coalition. Although that's going to be a fallout after these bloody import taxes that nutcase Trump's put on loads of stuff. Anyway, we'll leave that at the door. Well, Fast Eddie, this has taken a horrible tale of his first match. It's following a very similar pattern where he's getting a little start, and then as soon as he makes that move, bang, he ends up scratching one way or another. I lost count in the amount of scratches that Eddie had in that match against Miskin. But the difference with that match was that each time Miskin came to the table, he was putting something on the board. and building up a little lead each time. And Simon's not getting to a rail, and he's actually going backwards. Yeah, I think we're in for a long afternoon, folks, the way this is going. I mean, we're already 2 minutes short of half an hour. Well, of course, the other reason that I never had time is because I was sending system files to XSplit earlier on as well. I was mucking about doing that, trying to get them to find out what's maybe causing the issue with XSplit just dying on me. Well, again, Simon hasn't hit a rail, but even though he hasn't hit a rail, it's still a good shot, because the priority is getting distance in these kind of shots. It's a lot easier to sacrifice a point or two than it is to sacrifice a run of 60 or 70 if you do something stupid. And there's nothing happening there. Nothing at all. Well, the 14 ball, you can certainly edge that and push it behind the pack and get yourself around the angles and down into the long grass again. That's what I'd be doing. I mean, Eddie's having a look, but I don't think there's anything that you can manufacture there, or anything that you do try and manufacture would be far too risky. So the thin edge with a wee bit of help in English, is he trying to cut this? I don't know whether there's going to be any great value in doing this. There might be if he gets a hit.
Where's the cue ball going?
And there you go again. I mean, he's making all the wrong moves at all the wrong time, when he should have just went, when he should have just went, you've got to laugh, don't you? He should have went right edge. He knows he should have went there, right edge, around the corner and duck into the long grass. But he's done it again. I mean, you could not write the script. How many times has he scratched already in this match? This is just carrying on from where he left off. It is uncanny. Well, he needs to get that. He needs to get that pattern changed, but he also needs to make the right move at the right time. It's all the wrong moves at the wrong time that he's doing. Oh dear. And this is the difference is at the moment Simon isn't scoring much either. You know, it's going to be tough for Simon to finish this rack and continue the next rack, because again he's got nothing that's really great to work with, and that wasn't the best shot he's ever going to play. And everything's a struggle. That 3 ball right in the middle of the rack, which is no good to man their beast. So the 3 ball is going to come up onto the kitchen line, I believe. And now it's 2 rails, big slam around the corner and hope you get a hit.
Where's the cue ball going?
That's the question to ask here, but he's got a hit. Is he going to stick? No, he's came loose. And he's got a ball loose. And that's all you need. But he's now got to just nip this square for that 9 ball, because that could go right into the gap and open something out. He doesn't want to go too straight like that. That's not good enough. I mean, that was so easy to just hold that square and play that shot. I mean, that technically was a poor play by Simon. He was right in close, and it was an easy shot to hold that cue ball square and give yourself that angle to stud that in and get a good hit. So the run ends in 9. The lead is slender. And Fast Eddie again has an easy safety up table. Right up towards that corner pocket would be the shot. I don't know why he's faffing about at this end of the table. If that was me, I'd have been up into the long grass again. You've got to get distance. I mean, this is just making life too easy for Simon just to feather a ball and get to a rail. I mean, where Eddie's sitting here, you know, you can feather that 7 and run up table and get yourself well away from the pack. The only danger with feathering the edge of the 7 is the knuckle of the side pocket if you get it too thick. And that's the shot. He should have played that the last time. That's a far better shot. He's pretty much nailed him onto the rail, and now things aren't quite so easy for Simon. And he's going to end up sacrificing a point again here. And as I would say, deja vu for Fast Eddie. Just feather that 5 ball, run up into the corner. You don't want to give that control over to Simon, because Simon will end up doing that. Well, that's now not giving that opportunity to Simon, but Simon's got an easy punch in the 8 ball just to hold the cue ball into the stack there, but he hasn't done it. He's probably going to find that that's what Eddie's going to do to him. So I think, you know, the obvious thing you're trying to do is keep control of the table, keep control of the situation, so that you'll get your opponent having to play the dodgy strokes. And Simon left himself open to that one. Eddie was always going to do that and stick him in the stack. I'll have a quick drink. Well, the danger court is the 8 ball being down the table here. You can't run to the long grass this time. So the safety zone is in behind the stack, but that, of course, in sequence, you end up nudging balls out eventually. So this sort of stalemate situation isn't going to last that much longer. Sooner or later, the mistake will be made. Well, that could be classed as a mistake because he hasn't got behind the stack. I mean, okay, there's an 8 ball there for Fast Eddie, and if he was going to be aggressive, he could try and run around the rails and get into the stack. It's a big target. Now he spotted something. Let's have a look. Is he called the 15 ball? Well, that 15 ball looks as if it's going far too much to the long rail, especially where the 2 ball's sitting. Or it's going to the jaw, is it? And there is a gap between the 2. I mean, the 2 ball can cleanly get to it, but he spotted it and he's nailed it. Let's see if that replay is working. Yes, it is working. It looked as if it was going to the job. It's worked out very well. I never noticed whether he was going to scratch, though. Now, sometime during this stream, I'm going to have to talk about my sensational win this morning, coming out of retirement to play in a cowboy tournament very early this morning. Half asleep. We didn't even get to play a game of cowboy doubles. All of us that play cowboy doubles, I think, well, at least 3 of us entered the tournament this morning, and you'll never guess who won it. And it was a sensational win at the end of the day, I have to say. Tam will tell you that whenever Tam's around. First tournament I think I've won in goodness knows how many years. Oh, that's going to stick. Now, can you smack that 4 ball and play the combo in the 1-2? Or is that one cutting enough of the two? I think that might be on. If you were creating, but I'm just I'm crazy enough to do something like that and convince myself that combo's on. Anyway, update the scores. Fast Eddie on 23, Simon on 25. This match is going to take like 4.5 hours to get to 150 for one of these players, the way it's going. It's like 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Well, nothing's been touched in that line of balls. Somebody tell me that isn't a combo. If you hit that pink 4 ball and smack it, even if you're down table, is that not going to cut the 2 and make the combo? Nothing happening the other way, but anyway, that's not going to happen now because he's on the 2 from the back end. And he's nailed again. So now Simon is going to lose a point here, probably. Just rolling it dead into these balls. So, well, he's getting ambitious. He thinks he can get enough of this 6 ball. He's certainly going to open him up if he does. And it's using all of the pocket. Well, he hasn't. He's actually stunned back and missed him. But he's on the 4 as well. And still nothing that you would... well, he was a mile away this time for that. But nothing you would say is a break ball for anybody. So this is going to be one of these bits and pieces games of straight pull. There's nobody really get anything under control here so far. And meanwhile, for any latecomers, just a quick reminder, we've had matches being updated. This match on at the moment, Linus and Poolkabout are playing Friday evening, British summertime, 7 p.m. We've got Sergaresh, who was advanced to play Coldest Pillow in round 2, is it? Or round 3, round 2, I can't remember. They've arranged to play their match on Saturday evening at 8 p.m. And finally, Larry and Acero will go early hours of Monday morning, British summertime, 1 a.m. my time. And hopefully One Pocket Slim will catch that match. I hope he will. I would like to see it. Larry up against the defending champion, and certainly Larry's very much capable of causing problems for Acero. Meanwhile, Fast Eddie at the table. 2 balls left on the table, none of them any good for anything. Well, he missed that by an absolute country mile. loads of English in the cue ball to get the cue ball spinning across for the 7, but he couldn't have missed that any further.
Where's the cue ball going?
Simon's corner hooked. I mean, that's a good safety. No doubt about that. So he's going to lose another point. The point that he just made. Well, we might be going for the record here, folks, for the longest match in the tournament, because we're almost 45 minutes into this and nobody scored anything. Nothing meaningful at all. It's been a struggle and a half. Well, there's a tight 11 ball that we do as a break ball. There's a 10 ball at the corner of the triangle that we do as a break ball. But the 10 ball's already gone. Simon's getting loose for the cue ball for no apparent reason. Not that you would say that was under any great control. That was just get the cue ball running and hopefully I'll get on a ball, and that's never going to get you success. This is why, you know, I keep saying the most obvious things that you have in these games. You have to have a plan. You must have a roadmap in your head of what you're doing. But just running a cue ball loose around a table with big pockets is not a good idea. And I think anything that looked like a break ball has already gone. 13 balls in the pack, so that's no good. And now we're pretty much back to square one in terms of having something that will allow us to continue this run. Now, the 11 ball, if it didn't get moved, it would still work. The problem is that there's so much clutter near it, it's unlikely it's going to stay there untouched. And, of course, the 5 ball, where it's sitting, is no good. Well, he had to run forward there to try and do something because he was too straight. So Simon's got to double figures in this contribution, but not a lot else. And there goes the break ball. And it was not a good shot because he's left that 5 ball on. He's left the 5 ball on. There's half a pocket to squeeze that past the 11. It will go. Now, this just needs the cut in the 11 and a little chip on one of these balls to open them up. And who knows, he might get lucky. He doesn't need to hammer this, but he doesn't want to play it too soft that he's just marrying up with a ball. Well, it hasn't done him any favours. It's far from set here, so now he's got to cut this one across the 12 to make that combo. And the 1 ball obviously is going to go that direction. Well, I'm not sure what he's doing. I thought he called that there for a minute. Maybe I picked it up wrong. Or is he still looking at the line to make the combo? Oh, he still called the 12, so I don't know that that's the right line he's taking, is it? No, it wasn't the right line. He wasn't cutting the one ball enough. He had to cut the one ball further from its right-hand side to make that cut angle onto the 12. I never ever thought he was lined up in that very good. The commentator's eye thought that. And because he didn't cut it enough, the 12 ball ended up going straight into the long rail. So Simon has a break ball, which is now gone. And this is no good. Everything is hard work because neither of the two of them can get into a rhythm and get in any sort of shape. It's always going to be a struggle, and there's plenty of straight pool games from guys who don't regularly play straight pool that end up like that, and I include myself in that. I've played straight pool in the past where this is what it ends up being like, because there isn't that great control over the cue ball. And more importantly, there isn't that great shot choice in terms of pattern play either, in dealing with situations or even improving situations. So you end up with this stop, start, stop, start. But that eventually thins out, because if all you're doing is playing stop, start, straight pool, then you ain't going to be in the tournament long. It's going to be a struggle to survive on the one-loss side. Well, 4 ball goes into the side pocket, but all you're doing is running up table. You can certainly dig in and hold the cue ball. 14 ball, you would need to get a decent angle in it, but he's sticking himself to the rail, which again immediately limits what Eddie can do with the cue ball. You know, if he was out there, yes, he could probably do something, but you're hard pushed for all you can see the top of the cue ball. Yeah. He's trying to change the laws of physics, Captain, and that ain't happening. So, Fast Eddie needs to just keep an eye on the scoreboard. At the moment, he's still 10 points behind. But one loose shot and he could suddenly find himself 30 points behind, just like that match against Miskin. And has he made a mistake there? No, he hasn't.
Where's the cue ball going?
They're all sort of lined. They're actually like a square of 9 balls, aren't they? The way they're sitting, but nothing that is set. And that's immediately caused an issue, the 15 ball being exposed on that side of the table. It narrows down where you can hide the cue ball. Well, Simon, I think's already losing patience with this situation. He's going hell for leather in this 2 ball. Watch the cue ball though.
Where's the cue ball going?
Commentator's eye, he actually beat me to it. The line looked decidedly dodgy to try and thin cut that with a big pocket in the eye line of the cue ball where it was going. And Fast Eddie, well, I don't know whether he can
Where's
make
the cue
much
ball
of
going?
Going right over to the far side here. Yeah, he can certainly get the 2. and get some sort of disturbance in these balls. He's gone right through them, and he's got a bailout ball, but they've sort of come back together again a wee bit here. Yeah, there's the 8 ball is a slight issue, because really you'd want to tuck yourself below this spot here to play the 7 up table as we look. But he's now got the angle in the 8 ball to do major damage here. But again, I don't think he needs to slam this. The chances are that if he comes into these, he may well have a shot in the 7. It might be a bit tight though, looking at that. But I don't think he'll disturb the 7 ball if he just goes right into that gap. See, it's opened up nice, and he has got the 7 ball. But he's not really got a break ball as such. As that 10 ball, well, that 10 ball's outside the racket. It would work, but it's tight. Maybe he's planning to keep that there as his best bet for the time being. But it'll be some sort of achievement for Eddie if he can get to the end of this rack and actually get a break shot, and more importantly, keep the cue ball in the table in the process. Yeah, he's got to commit to the 10 ball. He's definitely got to commit to that now. Now, I think if this is me, I'm cutting that ball and running around the angles and coming out. That's what I'm doing to get onto this 5 ball. That's not because I know any better. That's because the cue ball wants to, you want to spin the cue ball that way to come around and out into the table. He's going the other way, and I have no idea what Eddie's seeing here, but he's clearly not looking at the game the same way I am. He should know better, I would assume. And it may well be he's trying to hold this into the pack here, this cue ball, for the break ball with ball in hand. But he's not even in a great line for that, I don't think. This is going to be touch and go, whether he can cheat this pocket enough to hold the cue ball. But no, he couldn't. And I'm not convinced that this is great. This is by the 50-yard line, this 5 ball. Well, we'll preempt the situation.
Where's the cue ball going?
Let's see if John Virgo's wondering where it's going. Well, he got the hit from the back, which has done him a big favour, and he's good to go. And now, more importantly for Eddie, he's got a lead. And he's got a lead he can build on here. And he's also got a nominated break ball here. That 8 ball sitting good enough. So that's something that he can work around. It's something to focus on if he wants to stick with that for the time being. But again, these are adjacent, so there's some disturbance needed here, which he's dealt with a little bit. So at the moment, the prospects are reasonable to put something of a little contribution together here. So those two balls to the right of the 8 ball. Not a major problem if you just want to nick the 4 ball in. Now, you see, in that situation there, I'm wondering why he didn't just dink that in and play the 14 into the side. He could have dinked the 4 ball in and probably held for that 14 to get rid of it. And now that he hasn't done it and he's running out of balls, that could be the stumbling block to this run continuing. So I think he's missed an opportunity there. Well, the next couple of shots are vital for the progression of this rack. And I think he's landed good. I think he's landed good. He can certainly pot the 2. He'll brush the 14, but he needs to come out of there though. He needs to go through so that he's not stuck in anything, but so he's also got some sort of bailout shot. I was having a quick drink there. Let's see how he's... Oops, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute, hit the wrong button there. Well, he looks reasonably good to me now. Again, it's vital that he gets his shot choice right. And he's humming and hawing between the 1 ball and what looks like the 14 ball as his penultimate ball to get to the 8. And again, I mean, doing fancy stuff with the cue ball, he's missed a sitter there on a 9 ball. And again, the run has halted way short of where he probably could have been. He's only got a 13-point lead. And he's left it dead set here for DJ Simon to get a break. Well, this should be perfect for the break shot. He just needs to kill it and stop it. He's let it leak a little bit, it's still fine. So here we go. But Eddie, these should have been yours. Oh, now he's good to go, or is he? Yeah. I'm missing chat on my phone again here, I've just noticed. I'm seeing chat that's appeared on screen, but I've not seen it on my phone. Because I don't know what Simon is answering to me when he says you might be asking too much there, Hugh. I don't know how long ago that appeared. I've just realised it wasn't shown on my phone. But anyway, Simon's trying to get rid of the deficit. It's nothing major. And once again, with a table where there's a couple of corner balls which are very tight to the back of the pack. I don't know that they're much good, are they? Because there's certainly nothing else there. And there's the 6 ball at the back of the pack. You could be using one of these balls to get to that 6 ball as a break shot. But at the moment, there is no pattern I can follow here as to where Simon's going. I'm not 100% convinced he knows where he's going. So we'll just let it flow and see what happens. So, well, one of my theories is gone straight away because the 6 ball is gone from the back of the stack. It's gone. Well, the 10 ball has been ran through to the rail and come back out. It can be used as a break shot. In fact, it's probably the best bet for one. And the 3 ball would be good to get to the 10 ball, you know, to sort of go inside so that you can cut that 10 and stun into the pack. The problem with that ball getting to there is it depends on how you're on it. You know, the chances are you're running 2 rails to get to this 10 ball. But now I've got no idea what's happening. It's right on the corner of the pack, this, and he's hooked himself on that. So bang goes that idea. But he's got a slender lead, 3 points. Well, again, I think Simon just went about that the wrong pattern to get to that break ball. In fact, I think he chose the wrong break ball for a start. He should have focused on that 10 ball, and he'd a good that 3 ball was good enough to get him there. And well, at the risk of stating something blatantly obvious, he didn't see it. So we are now an hour and 4 minutes into this match, and we are nowhere near halfway yet as far as the match goal goes. So cue ball going to hit something, and didn't really probably get the success on that hit they wanted to break up these cluster of 3. Hit the 11 ball solid, and it was the only one that ended up moving. In fact, he's going to have to use it as a bailout. I mean, this is probably a good example of why 8 ball isn't straight pull isn't easy. And that's for the sort of gullible people that look at 8. Why do I keep calling it 8 ball? That look at straight pull and think, oh, it's an easy game. All you have to do is pot a ball, and you can pot any ball you want. Well, it's a fine example of why it is not an easy game. Yes, you can pot any ball, but more importantly, you have to pot them in the correct sequence. Every time you have to do it. And he might be dead in the water here. Oh no, he's not. I thought he was stuck in the 3, but he'd been dodgy to play the 5 into the side. Again, there's nothing that is a comfortable looking break ball, is there? It's a proper mess at this end of the table. You could use the 8 ball where it is at the moment. You could use that, and they probably might end up having to do that. We never know. Is developable a word? I wonder if developable, I will say that again, developable is actually a word. We're going to have to Google that. Well, there goes the 8-ball theory. It's gone out the window. Well, there's still 3 balls behind the pack, but probably not for long. Yes, if you're out here in the middle of the table, yes, you can cut that ball, and yes, you can get to the side of the pack. For there is a break shot. And now he's bumped that further up the table. Yeah, it's pretty much no good, I think. How far is that up the table? So everything that looks like a potential break ball, Fast Eddie's immediately getting rid of it, or bumping it and making it less likely as a break ball. So I have no clue what he's doing. Is that 5 ball out of the pack? No, it isn't, because so that's now dead as well. So it looks like, I say it looks like, it could be an 8 ball into the side pocket for a break, which I don't think that's going to be that easy, because he's going to come off the rail and out into the table on this shot unless he really babies this.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear. Well, he's trying his best, Eddie. But this is really no good. I don't know whether he can get enough spin in this to get a catch on that pack. Hard to tell. Well, I would think he needs a bit of right English on the cue ball, unless he thinks he can get there. Well, he's got a tad on it. But again, he doesn't want to stick on the pack, and he's missed him completely.
Where's the cue ball going?
And there it goes.
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
Well, I suppose you could say it's a good safety. 13 points on the board. Fast Steady on 66. 10-point lead. Well, ball gets to a rail, but how safe is it? Fast Steady's got a thin cut. Watch the cue ball again. This could go anywhere. A very thin cut.
Where's the cue ball going?
You've got to laugh. You have got to laugh. Oh dear. I mean, this is just, it's just a horrible nightmare for Eddie. Because he can't get away from DJ Simon. And if Simon can only put a decent little run together, if he can clear this rack and get into another rack, you know, it might be just as little as that, and then run for cover when he's got, you know, when he doesn't have another shot, if he can duck and dive, do what Miskin was doing, that'll be good enough to win this. Because Eddie's not exactly setting the heather on fire with what's happening here. He's trying to scratch every second or third shot. Oh, has he come back too far? No, he's okay, but he's going to have to go up for the... Well, he's gone too far again, has he? Well, no, he's got an angle. He can get a hit, but not a great deal of a hit. He's just
Where's the cue ball going?
He just, oh! And Simon tried to scratch as well. Is that 4-ball dead? A 4-ball combo, no it isn't. It looks as if it's going to the jaw. So Simon's run is only 5 and he still trails Fast Eddie by 4. And Eddie's got a chance to get, again he's not doing it. Again, surprised that Eddie isn't trying to get away from this pack. To me, my major objective is to get as far away from this stack of balls as possible. Obviously now that's different because you've got a ball over a side pocket, but that's what I'd have been trying all along. I don't know that that's the best idea in the world, Simon.
Where's the cue ball going?
That's a terrible shot. Well, ball in hand, you've got to get some sort of hit in this pack here, Eddie. Gone into the back side of them. And he's got a couple of shots. He has a couple of shots and he has a break ball. Well, he's got something to work around, but again, these balls are too close and interfering, those balls, and he can get rid of the 14. That should be one objective, and if he just brushes through the 14, he can get rid of the 15. Why is he not looking at the 14 and going through and get rid of the 15? Why is he not doing that? You see, now he's finished in the wrong angle in the 14. I don't understand what Eddie's seeing here, because to me, straight away, 14 ball, get rid of the 15. There's your break ball. And, well, that's not the way I would have done it. He went the long way for a shortcut to get on that 15 ball, let's be honest. But he does have a ball up table as we look that can get him onto that 2 ball. So he's got...
Where's the cue ball going?
Well, it's not the cue ball. The 15 ball's not going in. So Eddie ain't settled one way or another. There's nothing just flowing from him. And again, he's just allowing Simon... This is just like the same commentary on the bloody Miskin match that Eddie had. Because Eddie couldn't get away from Miskin. And eventually it all caught up in Eddie, where Miskin started to put little numbers together and then kept it tight. And added more pressure onto Eddie to take more risks. And each time Miskin was just gradually pulling that wee bit further away. And if Eddie doesn't shake himself down and get himself organised here, this is going to end up the same miserable result. So the 2 ball is sitting good enough. And the 3 ball should be more than adequate for Simon to get there. But you really want to come up the table a wee bit here. You don't want to be right down in the kitchen. Well, I have no idea what that is. None whatsoever. Not a clue. Well, I wish I'd stayed watching the snooker this afternoon. I would much rather have watched the snooker than watch this. Oh, that's going to be a foul. No ball to a rail. And an easy bank on the 14 to get started. Oh, Simon never picked a line in that at all. Again, that was a sort of snatchy. He didn't really stroke that bank. You've just got to stroke the bank. You see the line. Again, you should never struggle to see that line in a bank, especially in a pocket that size. But he was nowhere near it. Eddie playing the combo. Cue ball comes out of the stack. And I think he's good to go this time. But what's he got as a break ball again? Well, there's loads going on this side of the table, but there's tidying up needing done there also. So again, it's one of these situations where there's nothing that's obvious that you can work around. I think that's part of the struggle, because in all that I've seen in this match, I haven't really seen a player working around a break ball. Not really. Or very little evidence of it, shall we say. Whereas in other matches, you can clearly see that the player's working around a break ball. He's made that decision, that choice early on. Barring accidents and going to plan B, that's very much how the more successful players do it. You have a way to construct your way around the balls that are on the table. You find that pattern that's working for you to get there. Yes, things can crop up where you do have to go to plan B or plan C, but we haven't really seen much evidence of any sort of plan from what I've watched here so far. No, I think you're calling it comedy. I'm calling it torture. I'm going to lose subscribers with people watching this. And I'm struggling for them as it is. In fact, I'm losing viewers here. We're down to only 4 viewers now, and one of them's in the bloody match. That shows you how bad it is. Some pool guy. In the room, left the room, in the room. Where's he from? In fact, it's more interesting looking to find out where some pool guy's from. Well, he looks as if he's gratis. From the UK. It could be somebody else in disguise, you never know. Anyway, Fast Eddie back to an 11-point lead. Well, he could use the 8 ball as a break ball, but he's probably just going to pot that just to annoy me even more. Yeah, why not? Now, when he does that, I'm thinking, right, well, what is he seen as a break ball? Because you need to keep that ball there if you're trying to use the 4 ball into the side as a break ball on the top of the pack. So I can see a pattern there, and using that ball, say, to get to the 4 and cut the 4 in and smack into the head of the pack. So this ball needs to go. And already he's not anywhere near that plan that I had in my head, because he's already out of line. But that would have been a possibility, the 4 ball. Now I'm back to square one, where I have no idea what Eddie's doing. And the more I'm thinking, and the evidence I've seen of Eddie so far in his first match and this match, I'm thinking, what sort of lucky day did Eddie have when he got to a 91 run in straight pool? Because he's been nowhere remotely near or threatening that he was ever going to produce something along those lines. And now my chat isn't showing all the chat again. I've just noticed on the stream that Rabbi's arrived. Well, I don't think you'll stay here long watching this. This is a mild form of torture we're witnessing here. Well, is that a possible break ball? He's had to draw into the rail. By the time you get to the rail and back out, there's not a lot in the cue ball, and of course he's stuck against a wall of balls. So the contribution is 15. I've just had a sneeze there and I'm threatening to do it again. Simon, nothing on. Now, the fact that Eddie's now got an 18-point lead and the fact that Simon's played a really poor safety, this could be danger for Simon, and it could be a chance now for Eddie to build up a bit more of a healthy lead here if he's careful enough. And that might be that all Eddie needs in this match. The poor safety there from Simon, and Eddie's got a chance to just keep him at a further distance and open up that gap. So, once again, he's got to be proactive here and get a slam and do some bumping. And it's not worked out great, but he's got a ball, 5 ball. Still got a troublesome cluster. The 1 ball's a bit tight to get on, but I think you can get on it to play it. But the other 3 balls aren't doing anything great. I think they still need another nudge one way or another, which he might be able to do off the 10 ball, but he's not looking at it. He's not looking at the cut and the 10 and going to the rail and coming into them. He's trying the other way, and that'll work. But he's only now created another issue. He can't get to the 10 ball now to cut it, so the only other option would be either another bump or coming into the table to play a combo. These balls at the back of the pack, now they're all obviously potable. Does he want to commit to one of them being a break shot? But he has a chance here. Not in this rack, but if he can continue this run out and get a break shot for his next one, he could be into treble figures here, which will look a bit more healthy to him. No, it's been poor. I'll be diplomatic when I say it's been poor. There's nothing good has happened in this match. I think at the end of the day, either player will just be happy to get it all over with. I think Simon, from the point of view that he's probably had enough of this as an idea for a tournament, and Fast Eddie, just the fact that he's managed to survive another round. Fast Eddie's prospects in the future don't look good in terms of survival in this tournament. In fact, now that I've mentioned that, let's have a look at
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh, we've got Fast Eddie and Simon, and the winner of the match will play Bedhead. And I have to say that Bedhead, I don't think is going to be breaking any sweat watching this. If Bedhead watches this later on today or whenever he gets home, I don't think he will be worrying too much. But that, I mean, this is going back to this very poor safety that Simon played. He could have easily sacrificed a point and just played a foul into the pack, and he didn't. And he's already leaked 12 points. Fast Eddie's got a break ball here, but can he get to it? That's been half the battle, that is a struggle to get to the break ball. And break balls have been few and far between as well. There's nothing really fell into place. This looks better. This looks better. That's much better. Well, no doubt he's going to do some damage, but can he keep the cue ball on the table? Now, he was doing this quite a bit in his first match as well, where he was taking an inordinate amount of time to actually play the shot. He's now in this sort of trying too hard mode. Well, he's clearly opened the balls up. He's got a shot, and he's also got a break ball, but I don't know that he's even made his mind up on that right now. This is where you can start and make your mind up on that, and then if you need to go to plan B. But this is a pretty good table, because it's a case of just picking off the problem ball. You need to get rid of the 9 ball to allow you to get comfortably into the 14. You can get rid of that. So this is a good table. It is a workable table that we have at the moment here, and we've now got definitely a break ball. And is he going to stick to that plan? Well, he's hampered, but he can get rid of the 14, because that is one issue that he has to clear. He's got nothing to do to go onto a ball. All he needs to make sure he's doing is he's not coming in behind the 4. He needs to leave that 6 ball as a bailout ball. Why is he get? I'm just thinking, why does he get so much English in the queue? Just needs to drop it in, but not stick behind the 4. Well, he got the bump. If he'd hit that any softer, he could have been in trouble. And so the other problem is that 7 and 8, being the fact that you want to get to the 10 ball at some point for your break shot, but these 2 balls are an issue. So that's a target he has to deal with. Now, he could maybe afford trying to just come straight out the table and bump something. He's bumped the wrong ball. He wanted to miss that, come up, maybe bump the 15. And he's going to have to bail out up table. I mean, he could play the 5. But if you stick to the game plan and keep that 10 ball, then you must work out a way to get rid of one of these. And it's in an awkward area. And he's almost scratched again, would you believe it? Well, now he can bump that. He can run the 15 and just graze across the 10 and leave one of these balls down table. This is just a roll-in. He doesn't need to thump this. If he just grazes this through, he can get one of these, get rid of one of them down into this corner pocket. Now he's stunning it. He's played for a bump. Did he need to play for a bump? Now he can get rid of the 4. I think he can see enough of the 4 to get rid of it. And again, he could stun it for the 7 on the side, get rid of it or whatever. But he's now working around the 10 ball. Now I know he's definitely working around the 10 ball. Right, so 8 ball into the side. Does he want to roll through? Well, he's lined up here on what looks like a comfortable combo. And he should then have at least a 7 ball into this side pocket if he's just going to play this at a nice sort of gentle pace. I mean, you've got to hit that really badly to miss that combo. So now he can roll the 7 in. You maybe need to check the cue ball so that he comes out that way again. Let me have a look at the angle. Yeah, I would want to just come out that way slightly. He's just hitting it plain ball. Problem with that is, though, you see now he's not sitting great in the 8 ball. I would have much rather get rid of that. Well, it'll work as a penultimate ball, though. Well, how costly is that going to be? That really, really poor thought. Well, there wasn't any thought put into it, let's be honest. That safety shot by Simon, because this is what Eddie needed. He needed an opportunity to put just a contribution together, and because that might be the difference between winning this match and not winning it. And the way it is now, he's now got a healthy lead, which now asks an awful lot of Simon to come back to the table. And let's be honest, he's going to have to beat his high run. He's going to have to beat 30 to stay in this match. And I think the odds of that happening are not great. So on Eddie.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh, the cue ball stays in the table. Now, was that a missed call or did he fluke? Where's the 10 ball going? Yeah, it was a missed call. Right, well, I think I might have just jinxed him because his run ends in 27. And he has a 45-point lead. So Simon has a 45-point deficit that he's going to have to try and make up. And now, if ever you want an incentive to try and beat your high run for straight pull, Simon's got it, because he's going to need that to stay in the match. But he's not going to help himself if he plays silly safety shots that he did in his last visit, which allowed Eddie to get to the table and put something together. Did Simon really want to bump that 8 ball there? So once again, it's one of these tables where there's nothing that is sitting good at all, really, for a break ball. So you have to look ahead and you have to think, well, the prospects for Simon in continuing this run are not great. Not the way that these balls are lying right now, there isn't. Well, he might have had a little nudge there. Has that gone far enough? That's gone far enough. He's now got a good break ball. So He's got no excuse, and he's got a ball that would allow him to get to that break ball. Well, this is what he should have been focusing on, dealing with that. And now he's going round the houses, potting this 4 ball. I mean, you can still cut that 13 and still come up the table and get on this 4 ball. I still think that's the best bet of getting onto the 6. Now he's hitting and hoping here he gets a rub. Well, this might work. I think he can cut that slightly. He just needs to cut it slightly into the side, but he's got to come across far enough. Has he gone far enough to give him a decent angle? No, that's not a lot. He's got something, but I don't know whether he'll get a great deal of action in this. Well, they've opened, but he's stuck. But he's got a bailout, I think. He's got the 15. He's got nothing else, so a dodgy 3 cut. But he's good to go. So he's now 30 behind. Is Simon going to threaten his high run for straight pull? Right now he's got a reasonable chance. He's going to have to, like I said, he's going to have to get close to that to stay in touch. Well, he's looking around and looking around. I think his only choice he's really got is that 15, so he needs to get that dealt with. He's got a bailout ball over a pocket, so he's going to be unlucky not to win a shot. So now, even this early on, he's got a break ball that side of the pack. He's going to play the combo to get rid of the ball over the pocket, I think. But he's got that 3 ball that is workable. And right now, that would be the only ball that is good.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh, I thought he was threatening to scratch again there. So at all costs, you avoid the 3 ball if you can, but there's still a disturbance needed here. He has to deal with this somehow or other, and he's now going to struggle because he's going to have to probably cheat to get to that 7 ball. I don't know whether he can get out of there. He's now having to bail out with his break ball, and this is immediately going pear-shaped. Well, there's still a chance that if he gets a nudge, he can nudge something else favourable, and he has done. He's nudged the 9 into play. That's a good shot. A good little roll of the ball. Now, these balls all go, and he's drawn into them again. So everything's in good shape here. Now, this is where you really need to focus and get the order of the pattern right, because you've got a very good break ball to get to, and you've got a couple of balls that you can work very easily to get to that break ball. So, in all honesty, he's got no excuse. Well, so if he takes the 13 up the table, gets rid of the 14, and then he can use the 8 ball to come out at the table for the 9. That should be the plan. And, well, Simon is on a run of 26. And a high run for Simon could be going here. But do anything but get yourself straight in this 9 ball. For goodness sake. Don't get yourself straight in the 9 ball. Well, that's a bit further for comfort, but it's better than being straight. Let's put it that way. So this is a vital break shot for Simon. The run is 28. Can he stick this away and get a shot and beat his high run? Well, he's got the shot. Balls are split all over the place. And this is exactly what he needed. Exactly what the doctor ordered. The run is 29. He's now tied his high run in straight pull. And he's got plenty more points to come here if he wants them. Right, don't get too cocky though. This has still got to, you know, it still requires the focus, and before you make the wrong move. So that's 7 and 6. Yes, it's easy to get to the 6 if you deal with the 3 down the rail and can get on the 6, but you want to get rid of the blocking ball. And he can do it right now. You've got to get rid of the blocking balls because you're opening a path for another ball to go into that hole. Now you might want to think here about holding off this 13 and playing something up table. If he comes back far enough, well, he's going forward. No idea what that's about. Because if he'd held that short on the 1 ball there, he could have played the 1 and got a little nudge and just loosened them up. When he was right behind him, behind the back of the pack there. Now he's going the other way into them. Well, he's not really... Well, they are open, but now the 8 ball's a blocker this side. He's in a very tight space here, trying to hold it together. Not really got anything that's a great break ball either, and running out of balls. But I think this is exactly what Simon had to do when he came to the table, and he was, what, 40 odd behind or whatever it was. That's exactly what I said he had to do. He had to somehow construct a run close to or beat his high run for straight pull to stay in this match. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered, and that's exactly what he's done. He's still in deficit though, but he's running out of options here. Everything there is in the stack. I mean, you can work with a 7 and catch the corner of the pack still. So he still has a possibility of a break shot here. That's no good. Well, it's good from one point of view. He's actually moved the 8 ball to a break shot. He's going to have to either cut or bank this 7. Now he can he get lucky enough? I think he might. I think he might. I think he might. That'll do. Excellent. Now big stun.
Where's the cue ball going?
It stays in the table. Oh no, it doesn't. It's gone. And the run ends in 41. But again, that is proof once again that when you're coming off that pack with that angle of balls and the cue ball stunning off them, or with any spin like that, you're heading that direction. So I'm just going to edit that right now on the stream. Simon, his high run, what was it, 41? Anyway, I'm giving him 41 just now until I double check it later on. Well, he's got himself back into it, but how far is Eddie going to get away from him again? His lead is slim at the moment at 6 points. Well, Eddie's, probably under a wee bit of pressure here to actually put something again and get closer to that finishing line. He's got to put something together here, and knowing that should he make a mistake, Simon's not quite breathing right down his neck, but he ain't far away from him. Well, the 15 ball would be a break ball, but he's going to probably have to end up using that to do some disturbance right now. He can cut the 12, he can just drop through and stay on that 15 if he wants. Oh, no, I don't know what the hell he's doing. I have no idea what that was all about, why he had to try and slam that. But, son, you know, whatever he has done, he's finished good. He's finished good in the 15 now. He's got to take the 15. But why he played the big boom bang a bang shot, I have no idea. And again, he's missed the break shot. And that could be a fatal mistake there from Eddie. He's only put 6 on the board. And Simon is still warmed up from his last contribution of 41. And now, Simon has a chance to take the lead in this match at the business end of the match. Well, I think Simon, of course, he's got absolutely nothing to lose. I mean, Simon's the one that shouldn't have any nerves. I don't think Simon's bothered either way what happens. Eddie's the one that's under pressure. He's by far the favourite to have won this match. And he had that contribution that Simon allowed him to get with the poor safety. Eddie got away. Simon managed to get back in it with his big contribution. And now it's anybody's. But the immediate goal is getting to that break ball again and getting that deficit down. He's only 6 behind. I see again, this is perfect for a break ball into the side pocket where the 4 ball's sitting. If you have that in your mind, there's a 4 ball into the corner, and if you drop the cue ball through and you're out into the table, there's a perfect shot into the side pocket to smack the side of the pack. And either Simon hasn't seen that, or he thinks he can get back up the table for this 13, but it's way above the head of the pack. It's very, very tight at the head of the pack.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
And the inevitable has happened again. Well, again, I think Simon's pattern play there was not great. I think the most obvious shot, without doing a great deal of work, was getting onto that 4 ball in the side rail, rolling through for the 13 into the side, and you had a decent enough break shot. And he's handed it back to Eddie, but Eddie's got to deliver. Now, I know for a fact that if this was Cobra or Albinario playing this, or even Matt, he would never be potting this ball now. They'd be playing the 6 ball and coming around into the table for the 13. I have no idea what Eddie's doing. Well, that is a game plan, and it has worked. He did have a game plan there. Keep the cue ball in the stack, use the 6 ball as a break shot, and come in for the back end of the pack. Well, he wants to hit a corner ball if he can, and watch for the scratch. Well, let's hope for Eddie's sake this isn't another one. Five-point lead. Slender lead. Well, he's got them. He came off the back of the pack. He's got a couple of balls. He's got a bailout down table with the 3 ball, and he's good to go. And I hasten to add, he's also got a break ball that might not last long. So all good at the moment, and he's 30 away from the finishing line. Well, it'd be a nice finish for Eddie if he could see out this rack and see out the match going into the next rack, because he's going to certainly need another rack of balls at least. And he's immediately got himself in trouble. He's got himself in trouble. Can he get the 9 ball? No. Oh dear. Well, he's going to have to play the 2 into the side off the 1 ball. Play the billiard shot. And he's played it well. And the 1 ball stays in play. Is he on anything else? No, he isn't. He's on the 11 into the side. And he's on that 1 ball up in the corner. So he managed to dig himself out a little hole there. Well, again, I'll say it right now, he's got no excuse. He's got a prime break ball sitting there. He just has to get to it. And if needs be, he's got the 1 ball that he can use to get very good onto that break ball. Well, we are 1 hour and 55 minutes into this match. It started at 4:15 British summer time. It is now 10 minutes past 6. 10 minutes past my dinner time, as a matter of fact. Is there going to be another twist in this match? So Eddie now with a 5 ball into the side pocket. The cue ball rolling through for the 1. Every opportunity here to take this match home. Well, of course, he's still going to need another rack of balls after this, because he's on 130 at the moment, looking good for a break shot. Again, he's going to get a hit. Needs to come up good. Get a little flow on here at the end and get to that finishing line, or get pretty damn close to it before he's finished. Again, keep your eye on the cue ball coming off this stack of balls. The angle pack of that angle of wall of balls.
Where's the cue ball going?
And he's gone forward this time. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And Eddie's run ends in 14, and Simon has a lifeline. You could not write this script. Well, now it's down to who wants to win this. Well, the cut in the 2 ball you'd be likely to get some sort of hit. But Simon hasn't got onto the 11 at the back of the pack, so I think he should be looking at that 2 ball, but he's going to end up too straight that way. So now he's putting all his eggs in one basket on the 11 ball, but he wants to get out from the rail. Now he needs a good hit and something in play. And he's got a good hit. He's got 2 problems to deal with in the time being. And the other, well, the 15 ball does go. And you've got a ball that would allow you to get to that 15. What's he done here?
Where's the cue ball going?
Well, he's got a bailout in the 1. But he's got 2 opportunities here to get to that 15 ball at the back of the pack there. And that opens up the 6. And when you get rid of the 6, you open up the other 2 balls into that corner. So he's got to do something pretty quick here. And he has an opportunity to deal with the problem. You're assuming he can actually see there's a problem there and knows how to deal with it. And that, I would say, is pretty good. No, I don't know why he's looking over here. Why is he not dealing with this here? Yeah. No, this is not good. Now he's thumping at balls, trying to, again, change the laws of physics, and that was doomed to failure. Again, Simon's choice of shots wasn't correct in my book. He had an opportunity there to get rid of it. This is what pattern play is all about, as far as I can see. You've got to get rid of that ball, get rid of that ball, open up the 2 balls when you get rid of that ball. Simon never even gave that a sniff, never even looked at it, never thought about it. Got on it and could have dealt with it and never bothered. And is that the demise of DJ Simon, that visit? Because it wasn't all that good, shall we say. I mean, the run of 10 keeps them in touch for the time being. But they're now set as a combo, so they were already at least manufactured them. Well, he might be able to cut this 10 ball and get into the pack as a break shot if he has to. That might be his only option. But not far to go now for Eddie. Well, maybe I would have let that cue ball come all the way down to deal with this 13 first. Well, if he's playing the draw to come down to this 13, he's got to get there. And he's not really done that very well. I think he was scared of scratching in this bottom right-hand corner again there. He never really went through with the shot. Yes, he can still cut the 13. But he's got to keep this cue ball in a line where he's got enough to cut that 10 and get to the pack. And if he checks it up too much, he can end up too straight here. I think that's workable. I think that's turned out not bad. Needs to stay off the rail though, so he can get to the cue ball. So here we go. Fast Eddie on 1-3-4. And he needs to pretty much run out this rack if he can to win the match. Gets the break. Brings some balls out. Well, he can cut the 6, come around the back of the stack. He can play the 3. He's not got really anything that's 100% comfortable, shall we say, as his first shot, but you've got to commit and get it over with.
Where's the cue ball going?
Well, it threatened. It threatened. $14 away. Well, does that 7 go at the top of the pack? Yes, it does. That'd be the ideal ball to improve the situation down there. And he can stun this 3 in and pretty much get there. That's good enough. I mean, again, I don't think he needs to blast this in. These have got to open up. The only thing he has to be wary about is there's not really a bailout shot down table. You've got that stuck to the rail. You get these two married up here near enough. And he hasn't taken that opportunity. I'm surprised he never took the 7 on there. I mean, that 7 goes every day of the week, and he was sitting reasonably good on it to do damage, and he's refused. Will he regret that? Because now the cut that he's got in the 14, I mean, he's probably going to get something here, but if he'd hit it any harder, he'd probably end up getting nothing. And the 9 ball's not really came loose far enough because it's blocked by the 4. And he's not got a lot doing for him. He's 11 short of the finishing line. And I think going back a couple of shots when that 7 ball was sitting where it was, why he didn't play the break shot from there, I don't know. Now, what did he call there? He hasn't called a bank, has he? He just called the cut into the side. Don't tell me he's going to slam this into the side and try and run into these pack of balls, is he? Is that not a combo at the back of the pack? No, it isn't. He has gone into the balls. And I don't think he's any really further forward with that shot. He's hampered over the 13. Yes, he can still pot the 9, but where's his next pot coming from? That's my question. There ain't a lot doing for him if he rolls this in. He would have to get right over this side of the table and leave the cut in the 15. And I think that's what he was trying. But in being hampered like that, he's missed the pot. And Simon is still alive. Eddie is 10 points short of victory, and Simon ain't dead and buried yet. Although, having said that, Simon's not got a very inviting table either. Didn't get across far enough. He's got a bank in the 8 ball, I think. I think he needs to get the cue ball out of the way, though. You've got to shape this bank, because I don't think it's dead set. I think the commentators I said, I think you have to sort of shape this a wee bit and get the cue ball out of the way. That looks good. That's perfect. Well, now he's got a good angle to run this cue ball up the table. Now, yes, he can try and hit the target. Yes, there's 1 ball at the back of the pack goes, but it's asking a lot to get down here and get good in that 15 ball. Well, now he's got to play a decent safety here. He doesn't want to leave Eddie anything. Well, is Eddie going to take the bait? Does he think there's a combo on there, that 15? Playing the 2, the 11. It looks maybe too thin to me. Yeah. Well, that's now knocked to 13 loose. I think that's a mistake. That's a huge mistake. He's left the 4 on. Well, I think Simon needed to go through that a bit more because he's got nothing now either. Oh, or is he? Can he tweak? No, it's too tight. He can't get the cue ball through there and get enough of the 2. He's hampered over the 15. The 5's in a horrible spot. Well, why doesn't he just roll? Why didn't he just roll onto the rail up top and maybe, or even just roll up? And if he fell short of the rail, he would lose a point. But he certainly wouldn't be giving Eddie a start here. Although, having said that, where he's put him, he ain't left him a heck of a lot. Yes, he's left him bait to cut this 5 up the rail. But unless he starts moving the cue ball, and he's caught the knuckle, and that'll be a missed call. But Simon, well, he's got the cut in the 5. Can't get to the 15. And the 11 and the 2 aren't set. So I think it's the 5 ball or nothing at all. We've got to watch that cue ball as well. Because again, there's a danger of a scratch here if he's not careful. Well, Simon is doing a bit of chatting here, but if I'm Simon, I'd be thinking I've got a chance here to take this guy out. And I want to keep my wits about me and get focused here. Now he's in good shape here. He's going to have to get good in this 13 just to nudge a ball. That's all he wants to do. But he doesn't want to nudge anything too hard. Oh, and he doesn't want that to go in. Well, he's actually finished perfect here for a thin cut and a blast in the pack. Oh, what could happen here? He's got, again, watch how this cue ball comes off this pack, because this could scratch again down table. There's all sorts of danger here. And he's hit right in the corner. That 8 ball's coming into play to bail him out. He had nothing, I don't think. He might have had the 4 ball up the table, but you take whatever you can get at this stage. And now he can do some damage. And he's got to be aggressive here, I think, at this opportunity. And he's still got a shot. Well, now it's all in Simon's hands here. There are loads of points to be had. How much does he want it? That's the question I'm asking. How much does he want to take Fast Eddie down? Well, he's got to get rid of that deficit first. Still 6 behind. And these balls are still sitting a wee bit blocky. You know, one covering the other there. This getting in the way. That's covering that one. Now, is he any good in the 13 right now just to play a little roll through? 13 definitely goes past the 14. He's not looking at it. But it would have been one way to get one less ball out of that cluster there. Well, again, he's riding his luck, really. You know, that's not really a controlled shot. The cue ball's just running loose and you're just hoping you're getting a ball doing that. He's not playing for a ball. And that's always doomed to failure sooner or later. So he's also got a break ball. But the 6 ball doesn't have a path to the corner pocket. So he should be thinking about getting rid of that. Now again, he's perfect to get rid of the 14. He can get rid of the 14 and hold it and get rid of the 6. He could have another option of going through the 14 and get rid of that one, because again, this is this path is blocked. So you've got to look at this issue here. And again, he's immediately getting rid of his break ball. I have no idea why this is the case. I presume he's going to intend to work over this side and use that one as a break ball. Is he going too far? He needs to get rid of the 9 right now. And now he has to avoid that 12 at all costs. But he's now dead in the water. He's played a bump, is he? Yes, he's dead. It ain't happening. That 6 will go past the 14. He's far too tight in the 6 though, but it does go. This is a dodgy cut and a half. And it's possible that it could be his last shot, unless he's deciding to try and play the combo of the 14 into the side. I mean, if he's really desperate, he can't even get to his 12 ball to play a bank. He's trying to use the corner pocket as cover, and that is not bad. I mean, that is actually pretty sensible, what he's just played there. He's got 15 points on the board. He's a point in front. And now Eddie's shitting bullets here. I'm telling you that now. Eddie's on the threshold of going down. But, of course, whoever does get to the table is still going to need one more break. One more break. And a good follow-up shot to head for victory. And Eddie's struggling to come up with something here. I don't blame him, because, I mean, I'm at a loss as to what you do here to keep this safe. I mean, he could just tap the cue ball onto the rail, couldn't he? And take a foul. Because that's the least damage you're going to do. And then it's down to who then is forced into having to make a move and hit a rail. Because, 3 fouls, you're going to lose, 15 points or whatever. Well, is Eddie falling asleep? What the hell's happening here? Because I don't see any life at all in this queue. But, I mean, if this was me, I would just tap the cue ball into the jaw and leave it there. He's trying to just roll dead weight onto a ball. He's going to lose a point, but then again, it's a lot better just losing a point than losing the match. Now, this is where Simon has to use his head and not do anything stupid. I mean, just roll dead onto the 10 will do it. In fact, he's just played a deliberate foul. So Eddie, he will be on 2 fouls in a minute if he doesn't get to a rail. Well, this is definitely what you class as squeaky bum time in the whole context of the match. Both of them within the winning line. Both of them need a break ball and a shot for the next rack to win the match. And both of them desperate not to make a mistake here, but sooner or later there's going to be a shot for somebody, and somebody's going to have that chance at the breakout. And it looks as if it's going to be Simon. So you could look at it in one respect that Fast Eddie, in playing that shot, has called Simon's bluff. Are you going to be good enough to take these out? Use that 12 ball as a break shot and complete the match. He's asked the question, can Simon do it? Well, I don't know what that is. I mean, there's his best bet there to keep the run going, and he's just not played a shot to get on the 6. He's completely bottled out on it. This 6 ball is going to end up going down in the break spot, isn't it, if he doesn't play the 6. And I think he's got to cut it that way so that he comes up into the table and comes this side. Got to cut it that way. The cue ball's going to run around and come out. Then you've got to get it running down and down and down so that you've got the angle. So you know the shot you've got to play. You've got to be brave and play the right shot. But you've got to get this cue ball running to get that line. You can't bottle out on what is the right shot here. I mean, if you're going that way, you're tighter round the corner and you could end up going too straight. Now, hang on a minute. This looks too heavy here. He's got a touch like a sledgehammer. That's awful. Oh, dear. Well, yes, pot the ball, but absolutely no touch in the weight of shot. Far, far too heavy. And now he has to be really careful. He's got a 4-point lead. Got to watch what he brings out here. Cover that 12 ball. Well, this is no good. This is no good. Well, he's probably got away with it. If that had any more legs on it, I'm sure Eddie would have been interested. But he's going to be stuck in the pack here, Simon. Well, we're right on the nitty-gritty, and that 5 needs to keep travelling. Now, can you go there, kick that 12 ball, and bank the 5 in? Now, Eddie never looked at it. Eddie never looked at it. He could have got to the rail there, caught that 12, and kicked the 5 in. Didn't even give it a glance. Yes, the 1's a bit in the way, but if you're sitting there, it's not a difficult target to get some sort of hit in that 12 ball to play the 5. Now, Simon needs to be looking at this. Fast Eddie again. He didn't play it the first time. He cannot bottle out on this. This is all or nothing. I mean, they're sitting close. He can get enough power into it. He hasn't called the 5. He looks as if he's bottling out on it. I think maybe at this angle it's not so good, but I still think you can get enough power to hit that 12 and 1 to get that 5 to go that direction. No. He's running for cover. Well, I think at some point... Now, Simon can see an edge of that 1. He can see enough of the 1 to hit the 1, run for cover, and call the 5 ball. This is a case of who dares wins. Because that 5 ball is still very much on. Well, it ain't now. It ain't now. Well, there was a glimmer for somebody who was maybe brave, but neither of the two of them are brave enough. But I most certainly would have had a kick at that at this stage in the match. I definitely would have been daft enough to have a kick at that, because I think it was on. So now it's going to be that the hiding places in the stack or behind the stack. Well, I don't know that if Fast Eddie pots this 11 ball, he's just merely tidying up the 11 ball. It's not going to give him a great deal of advantage. I don't think he'd just be rolling into the pack. Well, this is the only exciting point in this match here, Pig. The rest of it's been pretty much terrible. But now it's down to who's got the squeakiest bum between the two of them. Right now it's Eddie, because he's still trailing. But the mistake is going to happen. Now there is a possible bank in the 5. It's not perfect. In fact, I don't even think he can get to it. I think he's married up with the 14. Yeah, I never even noticed that. That is stuck on the 14. Well, you can just run to the rail and come back to the stack and take a fill. Now, he just feathered the ball and got to a rail. Now, that's a big pocket up table. A very big pocket. And if this was me, I'd be giving this a proper slam to try and get this 9 ball to come out of there and go somewhere. Maybe I might get lucky, you never know. You could end up with a pot in the 9 that's a break ball to get into these for the match. So I'd be giving this a good smack and try and use that 9 ball as a big pocket and get it running. Not the 9 ball, the 12 ball. It looks like the 9 from here, but it's a 12. You're asking, is the 13 dead? Let me have a look. No. And I don't know what that was that Fast Eddie's just done. But that could be almost suicide, what he's just done there. It could almost be suicide. No, that 13's nowhere near set. But Simon is going for a hit here. It could be a match winner. Well, the problem with this shot is the 5 ball's in the way. He's went around 2 rails. He's got a hit. How's his luck? That'll do. And he's got a bonus ball. And suddenly, the 4 balls that he needs for the match are all there for Simon. They're all there. Now, you've got to say, you're a proper numpty if you can't get out here, Simon. You just stop the cue ball on the 15, take the 5 or whatever ball that is there, and then you're on the 8, game, set and match. Why is he looking around so much? Well, that's not what I'd be doing. Yeah, that's not what I'd be doing. He's trying to break balls when he doesn't need to break balls. The guy's lost the plot here. He has completely lost the plot, and that was unnecessary. Yes, he's going to get away with it, but he almost ended up looking a complete numpty doing that. He could have been stuck in nothing there. But this for the match. And oh dear, Fast Eddie's nightmare is over. He could never get away from Simon at the beginning, and this was Miskin all over again. And Simon just kept in touch. Simon also, when needed, got his highest run in straight pull. Beats his run of 30. His high run now is 41. And that's how he won the match. He produced when he had to at the right time to keep himself in it. And he's taken out Fast Eddie. And so, the bad news for Simon is he's up against Bedhead. And I think Simon's time in the tournament is now over. Bedhead would need to fall apart like a cheap suit not to win that match. And One Pocket Slim and Interchange X are still to arrange their match. Let's just have a look at the bracket again.
Where's the cue ball going?
We will see that Sergeresh and Coldest Pillow have set their match for 8 p.m. on Saturday night, which is too late for me. That's going to be probably 2 hours again. 10 o'clock at night is no good to be going to bed. And Larry and Acero, they are arranged for early hours of Monday morning, my time, 1 a.m. Monday morning, and hopefully Slim will catch that for me because I would like to get home on Monday and have a look at that. So that's it, folks. Well done to Simon. Better luck next time, Fast Eddie. But far too many mistakes, far too many scratches. And Simon falls over the line at the right time. And Simon, well, I mean, he wasn't counting. I don't think he was looking at the score, but he got away with it. But he could have ended up looking a complete fool. The 4 balls were all sitting there in the open. Anyway, he's done it. He's through. And it's a good win for Simon. And also, it's also good that you get your high run as well and improve your high run in straight pull, which he's done, and deserved the win for that reason. Right, that's it, folks. You couldn't say it was enjoyable. Yes, it was good towards the end, but that's about it. And we'll see something better in the tournament as it goes on. Yeah, you're a complete numpty, Simon. Did you not realise that you had 4 balls in the open there in that last rack and you didn't need to get into the stack of balls? You had the 4 balls you needed and you started faffing around. looking around, and you weren't looking at how much you needed to win the match. And you could have ended up doing something completely stupid, but you got away with it. You won't get away with that against Bedhead, I'll tell you. But anyway, good luck. Right, we'll see you later, folks. Take care. See you again soon. Thanks for watching.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.